With exactly 3 months to go, Governor Romney's flexing his money muscle. The governor outraising President Obama $101 million to $75 million in July. But in about an hour from now, the president's hoping to narrow that margin with another Anna Wintour special. To Shira Toeplitz on where the money race goes from here. Shira, why is the president so gung-ho on raising money now and actually booking even more fundraisers right after Labor Day?
Well, it's because he needs the money. The president's campaign has had a pretty high burn rate, especially compared to previous campaigns. So he needs the money, so he's going to keep going back to these sources that have proven lucrative in the past for him. You mentioned Anna Wintour, that fundraiser. I'm sure he's also scheduled stops in New York once again, too. This is fertile fundraising ground for the president. As
I understand it, Mitt Romney has timing rules on when he can spend his money. He can't spend all of it now, so he's got a big war chest. The president is not subject to the same rules and can spend now and has spent a lot. Therefore, he may be short right before the election, with Mitt Romney cash rich right before the election. Is that how it stands?
It could happen that way. The president has put a great deal of investment in his campaign infrastructure. And remember, he started raising money a lot earlier than Mitt Romney because he was president, obviously. But I'd also caution that this race, the money race between these two campaigns, it's not just a two-man race. We're dealing in the wild west of campaign finance. You have things like super PACs. You have corporations who can donate now. And there's a whole lot of sources for money that's very different from any other race we've come. And that means even if the campaign runs out of money, or at least is running low on fumes, there are other sources that they can bring in, or rather uncoordinated, can help with the campaign in those last couple months.
Has any other sitting president campaigning for a second term ever engaged in so many fundraisers at this point before the election?
No, I don't think so. I don't have the exact figures on that, but the president is fundraising a lot, and we know this is going to be one of the most expensive presidential campaigns, if not the most expensive presidential campaign in U.S. political history.
But you know, Shira, it takes time to go out and raise money. You've got to get to the location, you've got to meet and greet, you've got to stand for photographs, you've got to make a speech of some sort, then you've got to go back to the White House. If the president has done 200 of these thus far, 198 thus far in the campaign, and he's going to do a whole lot more, a lot of presidential time is being taken up raising money, surely.
Yes, a lot of presidential time is being taken up raising money, but that's happened in other administrations before. I think people go on the road and they fundraise, obviously, while they're in office. I think it's a greater advantage to Mitt Romney that he's raising more money now, because it means he can go out on the campaign trail a lot more. Remember, the president has the power of incumbency. He can go out on official trips to battleground states like Ohio and Colorado. Mitt Romney is really still out there introducing himself, even though it's fairly late in the campaign. He's still meeting a lot of voters and talking to a lot of independent voters. So it's to his advantage right now that he is raising more money.
All right, Shira Toeplitz, thanks for joining us from Roll Call. Thanks very much.